Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on March 5th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz.com. Just click that link in the description. Takes you right to my Handicapper page. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, seasonal, yearly. That's where you can find all my bets for today's action, man. College hoops, NBA, hockey if I'm active. And you can find my $15 NBA Jam session play there as well, man. We have been red hot on that play, man. We've hit 7 of our last 8, 5 in a row, man. We go for 6 straight today and 8 of our last 9. It's only $15, man. Scoop it up. My favorite play on the board today, man, and I love today's play, man. We're going to keep it rolling. So you can scoop that up, man. Follow me on Twitter and check out my live show today. The live show today goes off at 2. We're going to go at 2 today as we're going to kind of catch 2 of the earlier games. We're going to miss one, the Dallas Mavericks, the first game on the board. Finna tell you how I'm feeling about that here in a second. And, yeah, so we're going to come on at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, run through the card one more time. I'll have a guest on that show, man. So, yeah, man, check us out there. Follow me on Twitter as well. Let's keep this momentum rolling forward, man. We've been really hot this week. Let's continue it, man. Let's smash it per usual. And without further ado, man, let's make some money today. And let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the day, man, we got a really good one, man. I'm excited to watch this one, man. I probably should have went to the game, man. But we got the Suns on the road facing my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, man. The Mavs are home favorites, laying 1, total 233.5. Y'all know where I'm going in this one, man. I'm taking my Mavs on the home floor, bro. I am. That's where we played our best basketball. I know we're a terrible ATS team. I understand. We're actually the second worst ATS team in the NBA, right in front of the Miami Heat. I understand that. But a lot of that is due to just being overvalued, bro. We be laying too many points. We win games as we are 21-12 on our home floor this season, man. We only need them to win the game straight up. And I do think that happens today in this basketball game. I think the Suns are still in their honeymoon phase, quite honestly. They're still in the lovey-dovey phase. Oh, my God, we got Kevin Durant. Y'all lose today, bro. Quite frankly, y'all haven't played nobody. Y'all played the Hornets. Y'all beat them and covered. Congratulations. Then y'all turn around and beat the most inconsistent team in the NBA in the Chicago Bulls. Good win. Today, on the road, you facing a really good team, a team that can actually match up with you. Your nemesis, your rival, the team that put you out of the playoffs last year, a team that has beaten you now in the last 2 games. You're on the road, 4 straight road game. No, sir. No, sir. I'm taking my Mavs here in this one, man. I loved what I seen from them in their last game against the Sixers. They did give me a heart attack in that one. We would go up, we would come back down. We did win and cover in that one against a really good team, man. My 2 stars showed up, showed out. Luka, 42, Kyrie, 40 apiece, man. If those guys can continue rolling, man, and that offense clicks like that on a regular basis, we're going to be a hard team to beat. We're going to be an extremely hard team to put out of the playoffs. And we're still on our home floor, man. We've played our best basketball. I think the honeymoon phase for the Phoenix Suns is over. And I think that I know they're the favorite to win the West. I know that they're probably going to the finals. This could very well be the Western Conference Finals right here. Mavs, Suns. I think they lose today, though, man, quite honestly, man. They're not going to win every game moving forward. They're just not. And the Mavs match up pretty well with them, man. I think the Mavs can go bucket for bucket with the Suns, man. Total 233.5. I lean over, bro. We might get 150 apiece from these 2 teams, bro, quite honestly. I don't know where much of the defense is going to come. I know we're going to put up a lot of points between the 2 of these teams, man. Can't wait to watch this one. Early start time, 12 o'clock. I'm taking my Mavs, though, man. I think we win this game on our home floor, and the Suns' honeymoon phase comes to an end. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Indiana Pacers out on the road facing your Chicago Bulls, man. Bulls laying 6.5, total 225.5. Me personally, I'm grabbing the points here with the Indiana Pacers. We're continuing to fade the Chicago Bulls. I told y'all that coming out of the All-Star break, I'm looking to fade this Bulls team. They have been playing better basketball, man, but they did just lose 2 of their last 3 to Toronto out on the road, and at home they just got hammered by Phoenix 125-104. We've already seen the Pacers beat this team twice this season in the last 2 meetings, 117-113 on the 15th of February, 116-110 on the 24th of January. The Bulls did win the first one, 124-109 in October. But I'm not ready to lay 6 points with the Bulls, man. It's just what it comes down to. The Bulls probably mess around, win this basketball game. The Pacers, they've been struggling too. They've won 3 of their last 5, but they did just get hammered in their last one by San Antonio, which does give me some concern. But the question is, am I ready to lay 6.5 with the Chicago Bulls team? I am not. I do think the Pacers can keep this game competitive. I want to see if Halliburton and Nesmith play, as they're both questionable day-to-day on this injury report. So that's something to watch. But I do think they play today, and I do think they keep this game fairly competitive, man. The Bulls this is probably the DeMar DeRozan winner game, man, and the Pacers get the backdoor cover. So I do lean Pacers, not ready to lay 6 points with the Bulls, man, the most inconsistent team in the NBA. I would not be surprised in the slightest if Indiana still won this basketball game. I know they've been struggling here recently, man. I thought that they were going to come out of that Halliburton injury and possibly go on a little run, make the playoffs. We now know that's not the case, man. Next year's where their sights are set on this Pacers team, but they can still play spoil in some spots, man. Still get some covers and still get some outright wins. Today might be one of those spots against one of the more inconsistent teams in the NBA, in the Chicago Bulls. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Golden State Warriors out on the road facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Golden State road favorites laying 5, total 235.5. If you've watched this jam session for any duration of time, y'all know what we're doing, man. We're taking the Lakers plus the 5.5. The Lakers mess around, win this game outright, bro. Golden State on the road, automatic fade. Golden State on the road, automatic fade. We're taking the Lakers plus the 5 in this one. I think the Lakers mess around, win this game outright. I know the Warriors are getting Stephen Curry back in this game today, but people could make the argument that it makes the team better. I can make the argument that it makes the team worse. The team that's been balling. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy. Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter alive, coming back to a team making it worse. What are you talking about, Jay? Well, what I'm talking about is, if you haven't been paying attention, this Golden State Warriors team has been hoping without Stephen Curry, man. So you bring him back into the fold, man. It's going to mess up that little chemistry that the other guys had going on, man, that have propelled them on this winning streak. Also, we go look at him, man. Is the Golden State Warriors a team you really want to be laying points with on the road? No, they're not, man. As Golden State has only won 6 games on the road all season. They've only won 6 games on the road all season, man. 6-23 straight up on the road are the Golden State Warriors, man. ATS is not better. We go look at the Golden State Warriors ATS, man, on the road. They are league worst, 8-21 against the spread, the Golden State Warriors, man. This is not a team we bet on the road. That's why I say this is the most night and day team I've ever seen. At home, straight money, man. We love betting Golden State on their home floor. On the road, bro, we looking to fade them. And the Lakers, man, still right there in the thick of things with everything to play for. They got to start stacking wins, man. And I would not be surprised at all if we continue to see Golden State lose on the road, if we see the Lakers bounce back today on their home floor and get themselves a home win. If not, just keep this game flat out competitive. I like what I've seen from the Lakers here recently. They just beat Golden State not that long ago on the 23rd. They went into Golden State and won that bad. No, take that back. This one was in LA. They won 124-111. They went into Dallas and beat us. Lost to Memphis on the road. Went into OKC, won that one. They just lost at home to Minnesota, but I think the Lakers definitely keep this game competitive. We cannot trust the Golden State Warriors out on the road, man. The Lakers, kind of healthy. Huge game from AD in this one, I think. I'm rolling with them. I'm probably going to sprinkle some on the money line as well. We're continuing to fade the Warriors out on the road. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Charlotte Hornets out on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn laying 7.5, total 224.5. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, bro, I'm not ready to lay 7.5 with the Nets. It's just what it comes down to. I'm going to lean on the Hornets plus a 7.5. The Nets have not been playing great basketball, man. Let's call a spade a spade. They've only won 1 of the last 5. I know it was a good win as they came back down 27 to beat the Boston Celtics in their last game out on the road. And they won it pretty convincingly, 115-105. But in that same breath, man, are we ready to lay 7.5 with the Brooklyn team that's really been struggling? The game before they beat Boston, man, they got hammered by the New York Knicks, 142-118. They got hammered by Milwaukee, 118-104. They lost to Atlanta 129-127, and they got hammered by Chicago 131-87, man. I think the Nets win the game. Am I ready to lay 7.5 with this team? No, I am not. The Charlotte Hornets, man, they've been a scrappy group. They did just lose to Orlando 117-106 and to Phoenix 105-91, but and I know they're without their best player, LaMelo Ball. They were going through a really nice stretch where they won like 5 games in a row. Then he got hurt, turned his ankle, and is out for the season. But I still think they got enough hoopers over there, man, to keep this one within the line. I do think the Nets win the basketball game, but laying 7.5 with them, I am not ready to do so yet. I think the Hornets can keep this one competitive. I think we're looking at maybe a 4 to 5 point win for the Nets, and the Charlotte Hornets sneak in that back door and get themselves a cover. So I'm gonna lean on the Hornets. Not my favorite game on the board by far. I like this Nets team, but not ready to lay 7.5 with them, man. I'm definitely not. And they've only won one of their last 5 and been hammered in three of those. No, sir, can't lay 7.5 with them. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got a really interesting one here, man. We got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road facing the Orlando Magic. Magic favorites in this one, man, laying 1.5, total 227.5. Magic, man, 17-14 against the spread on their home floor. They're profitable, man. They could be covering spreads at home, and they be winning at home as well, man. This is where they play their best basketball. The Portland Trail Blazers coming to this one losers of 4 of the last 5. They just got hammered on the road by Atlanta. Hammered at home by New Orleans, hammered on the road by Golden State, beat Houston 131-114, took 71 points from Damian Lillard to get there, though. Got hammered on the road by the Sacramento Kings. We've already seen this Magic team beat this Portland team once this season, 109-106 on the 10th of January. The Magic have won 3 of their last 5. They're on like a win one, lose one type streak right now. They just beat Charlotte 117-106, lost to Milwaukee pretty handedly, 139-117, beat New Orleans in New Orleans, lost to Indiana at home, and went to and beat Detroit at home as well. Interesting little game, man. I think the line's probably right where it should be. I would say the Magic are playing the better basketball right now. The Portland Trail Blazers are really struggling. But in that same breath, man, bounce back game for the Blazers, man. Let's take them on the money line. This should be a game where they go on the road and get right, man. They're still right in the thick of things, man. They're slowly playing themselves out of it, man. They're 5 games under 500. So that's what I'm saying. They got to start stacking some wins now, ASAP, in a hurry. And these are wins you got to have against some of the bottom tier teams in the other conference. I know that the Magic are a good cover team. I know the Magic have been playing fairly decent basketball. But with Jonathan Isaac now out for the season, with I'm seeing Gary Harris on this injury report. The Blazers are banged up as well. Simons looks like he's still out. Nurk looks like, was Nurk going to play today? Nurkic out today. It's a tough spot for the Blazers, man. We're going to need a huge game from Damian Lillard, but I do think we get it, man. I do see the Blazers going in here, winning this basketball game. They need to, man. I like betting on teams in situations where the season's on the line, man, and they do too much more losing. It's all over, man. I'm going to lean on the Blazers to go in here, get themselves a road win, and a bounce back and get right spot for the Portland Trail Blazers, a team with the better player. I would probably say these teams are probably dead even right now, especially with the injuries to Portland. But I do think Portland with the more experience, the better player in Damian Lillard, he could probably go for 40 or 50 in this game, and he edges the Blazers over the Magic. I'm taking the Blazers on the money line here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing the San Antonio Spurs. Houston laying 2.5, total 230.5. We just saw this game yesterday, and I told y'all yesterday I was not betting it. I did lean Houston, who did come out and get the win. The line just looked funny. The Spurs had won 2 in a row. The Spurs had won all the matchups previously between the Houston Rockets and the Spurs were at home, and Houston was favored. Oh, I had a feeling about that one. Somebody knew something I didn't. And the Houston Rockets did come in there and win that basketball game. Has anything changed overnight? No, sir. I think the Rockets probably do it again, man. Am I betting this game again? No, I'm not. Do I lean Houston? I do. Win beyond a sweepstakes game. I want no parts of it, though. Both teams want to lose, so I don't want to put my money on a team that wants to lose a basketball game. That's just betting 101 for me. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Lean Rockets though, minus the 2.5. They did it yesterday. Nothing's really changed. They could probably do it again. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Utah Jazz out on the road facing the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies, the cover buddies, man, the best cover team in the NBA, man, our favorite money-making team, the Thunder buddies, man, and guess what? They're back healthy as our guy, the walking bucket himself, Mr. Top 5 scorer in the NBA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is no longer on the injury report. I think my guy's in there tonight, man. And I see this as a bounce back and get right opportunity game for the Oklahoma City Thunder buddies. I know they won their last one against Utah, 130-103. Absolutely hammered them on the third. So 2 days ago, I don't think much has changed other than the Thunder buddies got a little better, man. And I'm going to lay the points, man. They're getting their engine back, man, in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They're getting 31 average points back tonight in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. The Jazz, if y'all didn't pay attention, man, this team is tanking. It's just what it is, man. We got to call a spade a spade. We kind of figured that out with the trade they had at the deadline. And coming out of it, man, I have not liked what I've seen from them, man. They're making it almost too obvious what they're doing, quite honestly. They just got hammered by Oklahoma City, 130-103. They lost to San Antonio on their home floor, man. 102-94. They did beat San Antonio the game before that, 118-102, but they were going through the motions in the beginning of that game as well. They did beat this Oklahoma City team first game out of the break, 120-119. There was no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in that game. However, tonight, Louis Markkanen, he's not even playing for the Jazz, bro. So, of course, we're on the Thunder buddies, the cover buddies. Again, now, the best cover team in the NBA. Milwaukee lost yesterday, so that boosts our Thunder buddies back to where they belong as the best cover team in the NBA. I know laying 5.5 is a pretty big number, but it's warranted. No Markkanen for the Jazz. They do get Clarkson back, but I don't think that's going to really do much. The Thunder buddies still outside hope of playoffs. I think we see them hoop tonight, man. They're getting average of 31 points back tonight in their lineup. The Thunder buddies, I like them on their home floor. We just seen them stomp them the other day, 130-103. I don't think much has changed, man. Little home situation. Y'all know how I feel about this. The team that does it in the first one typically does it again in the second one. They're getting healthier as well. A lot to play for. Give me the Thunder buddies, the cover buddies, the best cover team in the NBA. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the hottest team in basketball now in the New York Knicks. They're on the longest winning streak with Milwaukee losing yesterday, man. But they're on the road facing the team that I've said all season, arguably the best team in the NBA, the Boston Celtics, man. Celtics at home laying 5, total 227.5. If I'm being honest, man, that little Knicks run that y'all been on, all y'all little Knicks fanboys, it's over. I think y'all get smashed today at home. I think y'all mess around and get took behind the shed today. I think the Celtics come out and don't play no games with y'all and show that this is not even a competition. I think the Knicks have been on a nice little run, man. I will give the Knicks credit, man. Y'all have went on a nice little run, have solidified y'all the playoff spot. But y'all are not a top team in the Eastern Conference. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't even think y'all are a top 5 team in the East. I think y'all are probably the 6th best team, and y'all are going up against arguably the best team in the Boston Celtics. And you're facing the Celtics in a bounce-back situation after they just blew a huge lead in their last one at home over the Brooklyn Nets, man. They were up 27 points, lost that game by 10, 115-105. I know a lot of people see that and instantly would be like, oh, I'm not touching that team after they did that to me. I like to run to those spots, man. I think after that, you have a little extra motivation to want to come out here and make sure that never happens again. And a perfect spot for the Celtics, like I said, the best team in the NBA. A perfect spot for them is to, at home, to beat the hottest team in the NBA right now, the New York Knicks. I think they do just that, man. I know the Knicks have been steaming hot, man, but and I know the Knicks are also leading the season series 2-1. They beat the Celtics handedly in their last one, 109-94 on the 27th of February in New York. They won the last meeting as well, 120-117 on the 26th of January in Boston. And the Celtics won the first one, 133-118 on the 5th of November. The Celtics working with double revenge against these Knicks as well. Oh, no, sir, man. Knicks fanboys, y'all's run is over. Celtics win this one pretty comfortably, man. I think we're looking at a 10-point win for the Celtics, man. I think they come out tonight and show why they are the best team in the NBA, man. Why I keep saying that. I know I don't usually like laying points with them, but today I think is a perfect spot to do so. Off of an embarrassing loss like they had in their last one, today should be a bounce-back and get right opportunity on their home floor, man. The Knicks winning streak comes to an end today. Celtics win this game comfortably. I'm laying the 5. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Milwaukee Bucks out on the road facing the Washington Wizards. Both teams are on back-to-backs as they both did play yesterday. Both lost yesterday. The Wizards lost at home to the Toronto Raptors. And the Bucks lost at home, man. Ended their long winning streak. They were on a 16-game winning streak, man. Came to an end against the Sixers, as we had the Sixers as the plus money dog of the day, man. Love the spot. And finally, the Bucks cooled off. Do they just immediately bounce back today on the road like a lot of people are thinking? I don't think so. I'm taking the Wizards plus the 4, man. I think the Wizards mess around and win this basketball game, man. I think this could be a letdown game after. So this is my thinking, man. When you're on a long winning streak, you want to keep that winning streak going as long as possible, man. You're going to play through the injury. You're going to play a little hurt. You're going to dive on loose balls. You're going to do all that because you're trying to keep the winning streak alive. Once it's over, once that momentum is bust, once they pop your little bubble, do they come out with that same intensity, especially on a back-to-back on the road? I don't think so, bro. Could they? Yes, very well. They could come out here and beat up on this Wizards team. Do I want to bet that they do? I don't, man. The Wizards, I know they lost yesterday as well, but no travel for them, man. They're still in the same place they were, shooting in the same gym they've been shooting at for a minute. And, this Wizards team, they're not a topper echelon team in the NBA, man. They're just not. But they're a scrappy group, man. I kind of like what I've seen from them here recently as well. They still got some guys over there. Kuzma, who is day-to-day, but I do think he plays. Porzingis, he was a former Maverick. We like Porzingis. He's not, a top 15 guy in the NBA, but he's definitely a really good guy in the NBA. And Bradley Beal as well, man. I think they can keep this one competitive. If not, win this one outright on their home floor, man. I just think Milwaukee could be caught going through the motions after their long winning streak was ended, especially the game right after on a back-to-back, man. I'm leaning Wizards, bro, to be honest, man. I don't know if I'm going to put it in yet because it's fading Milwaukee. I am asking for it, but at the same time, got to pick our spots. I mean, I think this is a good spot to catch them while they're slipping. So Wizards plus 4, maybe even Wizards money line for me here in this one. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Memphis Grizzlies out on the road where they've been terrible, facing the Los Angeles Clippers, man. The Clippers are laying 7.5, total 227.5. The Grizzlies have been awful on the road all season, but in that same breath, the Clippers are awful right now. So, interesting ball game. Do I want to lay 7.5 with the Clippers team who's lost 5 straight? No, I do not. Do I understand why the line probably is where it's at? I do. No Ja Morant tonight for the Grizzlies. He's going to miss a few games. A.K.A. Ja Wick, man. I won't say too much on him, bro. He just disappoints me, bro. You got to be smarter than that, Ja. You got to be smarter than that. And, so he's not going to be in there tonight. Brandon Clark tore his Achilles. Still no Steven Adams. I'm not really sure what's up with Dylan Brooks. I'm going to update y'all on my live show at 3 p.m. Central as we will talk about that one, about Dylan Brooks. But this game's really simple for me, man. I still lean Grizzlies plus a 7.5, even with the injuries, even without them being without their best player. I do think they can possibly still keep this game within the number. I'm just not finna lay 7.5 with a Clippers team who can't even win a basketball game. So, let alone do I want to lay 7.5. It's just that simple for me. Coming out of the break, they have not looked good. They just lost on the road by a point to Sacramento. Got hammered on the road by the Clippers, by the Golden State Warriors, 115-91. Minnesota beat them on their home floor. They went to Denver, lost, failed to cover in that one. They had every opportunity to beat Sacramento. First game out of the All-Star break, man, lost that one in double overtime. I just have not liked what I've seen from the Clippers, man, if I'm going to be straight. Even if they win and cover this game, it's not somewhere I want to be. I do think the Grizzlies, we've seen them be a good team without Ja Morant, a scrappy group even without him, dating back to last season where they had the really nice record without Ja Morant, man. I'm not going to overreact too much to all the news. I do think the Grizzlies can still keep this one within the number. The Clippers are really struggling right now, and laying 7.5 with them, in my opinion, is not a great place to be. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on March 5th. 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz Premium. Click that link in the description. Takes you right to my Handicapper page, man. That's where you can find my long-term packages, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, monthly, seasonal, yearly. That's where you can find all my bets for today's action, NBA, college hoops, hockey if I'm active, and my $15 NBA Jam Session play can be found there as well, man. We have been red hot on that play, man. We've hit 7 of our last 8. We've hit 5 in a row. We're trying to keep that momentum rolling forward, man. We go for 6 in a row and 8 of our last 9 today, man. $15. Scoop it up, my favorite play on the board, man. Follow me on Twitter as well, and check out my live show today we're going to go at 2 today. We're going to go at 2 so we can catch some of the earlier games. We're going to miss that Mavericks game, the first game on the board. Y'all know how I'm feeling about it, though. Then we're going to come on right before the Indiana and Lakers game starts. So 2 p.m. Central today, 3 p.m. Eastern, live show. Check it out. Let's make some money today, man. Let's try to stay red hot in the NBA, man. We're seeing it really well this week. Try to keep that momentum rolling forward. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs. Let's smash today per usual. Let's make some money today. I'll see y'all in a little bit, man. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, and I'm out. Peace.